What happens when an IT manager from traditional finance realizes the entire system is broken? They don't just leave, they build something better. Meet Ismail, the architect behind Decentralized Masters' educational revolution. Ismail isn't your typical digital asset educator. He's someone who spent years managing IT infrastructure for major financial institutions, seeing exactly how the sausage is made. And I tell you, what he saw disgusted him. Banks treating customer funds as their own playground. Systems designed to exclude rather than include. Technology that could liberate being used to control. So in 2019, he made a decision that would transform not just his career, but thousands of lives. This is why we build Decentralized Masters differently. Think of us as your complete digital asset advisory board, each mentor a master of their own domain, together covering every strategy you need to succeed. Ismail is your systems architect, the bridge between traditional finance infrastructure and the DeFi revolution. Ismail's story begins in the heart of traditional finance. As an IT manager with a computer engineering background, he built and maintained the very systems that power banks and insurance companies. Intact Insurance, AXA, Coface. He's been inside the machine, managing teams of 27 people and more, overseeing multi-million-dollar budgets, implementing enterprise software. But here's what changed everything. The more he understood these systems, the more he realized they weren't broken. They were working exactly as designed. Designed to extract value, not create it. Designed to centralize power, not distribute it. Designed to exclude, not include. When Ismail discovered digital assets in 2019, it wasn't the investment opportunity that captivated him. It was the technology. Here was a system that could make everyone their own bank. No gatekeepers, no permission needed, no arbitrary restrictions, just pure, programmable money that works for everyone, everywhere, always. As product manager at Decentralized Masters, Ismail has transformed his vision into reality. He's created the educational infrastructure that's helped thousands transition from traditional finance to DeFi. His psychology of a market cycle chart has become legendary, a framework that turns emotional traders into systematic investors. But Ismail's impact goes beyond content creation. He's built entire educational ecosystems. Mentor training programs that ensure consistent, high-quality education. Member journey optimization that transforms confused beginners into confident DeFi users. Financial planning systems that have scaled our operations from startup to global platform. His experience managing everything from insurance policy systems to broker portals gives him unique insight into how financial products should work. He knows what users expect because he's built those expectations. He knows where traditional systems fail because he's tried to fix them. And now he's applying all that knowledge to build something better. The numbers speak for themselves. Teams scaled from 0 to dozens. Budgets optimized for maximum impact. Retention rates that prove that education works. But for Ismail, it's never been about the metrics. It's about the mission. When Ismail designs educational experiences, he thinks like both an engineer and a teacher. Every module has a purpose. Every lesson builds on the last. Every concept connects to create a complete understanding. This isn't random content. It's architected learning. His approach is unique because he's lived in both worlds. He can explain smart contracts using banking analogies. He can compare DeFi protocols to traditional financial products. He can show you not just how digital assets are different, but why those differences matter. This bridge between the old and the new makes complex concepts suddenly click. But what really sets Ismail apart is his focus on empowerment. He doesn't just teach you to use DeFi. He teaches you to think like a sovereign individual, to question systems, to demand better, to build alternatives. Every student becomes not just a user, but an advocate for financial freedom. Here's why Ismail's work is so revolutionary. He's not just teaching digital assets, he's architecting the transition from centralized to decentralized finance. Every traditional financial professional who joins DeFi, every person who becomes their own bank, every individual who takes control of their financial destiny, they're all part of a larger transformation. Think about the implications. Ismail has managed IT systems that handle millions in transactions. He's seen how traditional finance really works. the inefficiencies, the rent-seeking, the exclusion, and now he's building an educational infrastructure that can help millions opt out of that system entirely. His students aren't just learning about yields and protocols. They're discovering they don't need anyone's permission to access financial services. They're realizing the bank was never protecting them. It was protecting itself from them. They're understanding that in DeFi, they're not the product, they're the owner. This is about more than education. It's about liberation. Ismail represents the best kind of revolutionary, one who doesn't just tear down the old system, but builds something better. From managing traditional financial infrastructure to architecting DeFi education, he's dedicated his career to democratizing access to financial tools. When you learn from Ismail, you're not just getting an education, you're joining a movement that says financial services should serve everyone, a movement that believes in transparency over opacity, inclusion over exclusion, sovereignty over dependency. He left traditional finance not because he failed, but because he succeeded enough to see it clearly. And what he saw demanded action. Now, he's here to ensure you see it too. And more importantly, to show you the way forward. Welcome to financial sovereignty. Ismail is your architect for this journey.